Guys, it's Father's Day, and you matter to a lot of people. In this episode, I'm going to give you a motivational speech to remind you of what you need to know about the people that you lead and the example that you set. Tune in and take notes, fathers.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
So, gentlemen, today is Father's Day, and it's a day where we as dads, we're celebrated, we're remembered. Maybe even we get some gifts of a new tie or a pair of socks. But, beyond the cards, the recognition, the high fives, like this day carries something heavier for all of us. It carries the weight of our role, our mission, and our influence. And I want to talk about that in this podcast for just a minute, because whether you realize it or not, people are watching you. Your son, your daughter, your wife, maybe your brothers or your sisters, your friends, your co-workers, the people that you lead. So many of us are leaders in our work communities, in our churches, in our social communities, in our sports. And the question is not whether or not you're setting an example. The question is, what kind of example are you setting? Because we have a world that we live in now where excuses are easier than effort. It's more common for men to scroll than sweat. Processed food has never been more available, easy to access, and more tempting than it is right now. Processed food is more readily available and easy to find than discipline. And, for men of resilience, men of conviction, you know who you are and you're rare. So if there's one thing that this world needs more of on Father's Day, it's men who lead from the front, not just in the boardroom, not just in the garage, not just in the gym, not just at work, but at the dinner table, in the small, silent choices that maybe others don't always see. Guys, this is about lacing up your shoes and doing the thing when it's dark and cold outside and your body still aches from whatever adventures you had yesterday. It's about choosing real foods, not just like pretend foods, but like real nourishing food over sugar and junk when it's easier to choose junk. It's about showing your kids that strength isn't just in how loud you talk or how much you make. It's in how good of a steward are you of what God has given to you? Are you the kind of guy that takes 10 talents and multiplies them to 10,000 talents? Or are you the kind of guy that takes 10 talents and finds a way to turn them into 7? Are you an asset or a liability in your community if push came to shove? Now, you don't have to be perfect, but we as men, we have to be intentional. So first, let's move our bodies. This could be CrossFit. This could be jiu-jitsu. It could be running. It could be playing sports with your kids out in the backyard. But move like your life depends on it, because it does. Movement is number one. Number two, let's eat clean. Not just so we look good this summer, but to be alive and well for the next 50 summers. Let's say no. Let's say no, starting right here, right now, today. Let's say no to the poison, to the lie that is sugar, and say yes instead to the kind of food, the kind of fuel that sharpens our minds and fortifies our bodies and allows us to stepping into being athletes and assets, not losers and liabilities who lack in important ways, who don't step up because we're too tired, who can't be fully present and active with our families or our kids because our energy just isn't there. We're just flagging after a simple day at work. Let's be better. And most of all, in every conceivable way, starting right here, right now, in this moment. Let's lead by example. Because something you have to understand, guys, is that leadership is not a title. It's more of a testimony. You have to lead you well first. And our children, our wives, our communities, our brothers, they don't need more words. They need more action. Be the kind of man who leads from the front. Gentlemen, happy Father's Day. Let's get to work.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more useful tools and guidance, go to CrossFitEdwardsville.com and feel free to like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment sections down below. See you in the next episode.